Hey guys, Mika Mig here. So just uploading a personal vlog. This is for our honeymoon. So my wife and I got married back in February of 2020, right before the pandemic happened, right before the country and the world started to lock down. So I'm just gonna be sharing everything that we kind of went through, and I was actually only able to do this edit because the pandemic hit, and we were dealing with a lot of stuff. We got pregnant, we had a baby, so now I'm able to put some more time into it. I figured, hey, how do I want to do this? And I guess like the best way for me to share our experience there was to add a little bit of voiceover. So this is arriving in Korea. We got on an afternoon flight, so we got there around like 9 or 10 p.m. And it was Katrine's first experience in a cold country. So she was really excited to experience the cold, and I told her, "You think the cold is fun? Cold weather is not fun when it is too cold."
Sige, lamig pa more. Gusto mo malamig ah? Annyeong sa inyo. Ano nangyari kagabi? Morning. Naligaw kami.
Ayaw mag-taxi ko.
Kasi ang lapit na lang ng hotel. Alam mo naman mga taxi. So maglakad tayo sa Ginaw.
First time ko, bes. Ginaw, can't feel my legs.
Kala mo, saya-saya sa Maginaw. Kala mo lang yun, te. Tapos,
So today is -9 degrees.
tapos na late ng gising. Takbo
Na-late kami
para.
ng gising para na makahapon.
Yeah, so day one, we didn't really do that much. It was really more just trying to get our bearings. We did have an itinerary planned out, but the exploring the rest of Korea was really more towards day two onwards. So in day one, it was really more meant to explore Myeongdong, where our hotel was.
So, gininaw kagad. Umakyat kagad ulit at masyadong Maginaw. Balat-balat muna.
The plan really was just, hey, let's go around Myeongdong. There's like a lot of shops here, a lot of different restaurants that we could try, and I guess like the biggest plan we had was to go to Awa Women's University. That was planned for after lunch. We wanted to go there because apparently like a lot of Korean dramas shoot there, but when we got there it was closed. So sad, I guess. It was closed because classes were ongoing. But yeah, we just ended up exploring the rest of the sites and the shops near Awa University, and just went back to Myeongdong.
Welcome to Korea!
So I guess day two is where we started to plan for more exciting things to do. So basically the concept was to go temple hopping. The idea was we were gonna go around Seoul and just go to like the 3 closest temples near Myeongdong that we could get to, and they weren't really close, so like you still had to go through a hell of a commute. And I guess this is where I get into my tangent about commuting in Korea. So my experience with commuting abroad is in general it's a lot easier than commuting in the Philippines, because there's like all the other countries have really great public transport and train systems, and they're really easy to follow. Like you could just put in Google Maps where you're gonna go. It's gonna tell you, okay, you're gonna go here and take this train, take this train. In Korea, my experience was very different. When I put something in Google Maps, it doesn't suggest the trains. It doesn't know the train schedule. Like, it doesn't know the different stations. Basically, Google Maps is useless in Korea. Later on in our trip, I figured out that Korea uses a specific app that knows the public transport system a lot better. So it's like what shows up in Google Maps when you commute in London or in Japan. It says, okay, take the train and then take the bus, and this is the schedule and this and that. The only thing is the app is in Korean. So every time we had to go somewhere, I had to translate where we were going to go to in Korean, and then put those Korean words into the Korean app, and then those directions into Google Translate, and then those are our directions. So I mean, when I got used to that system, it became really easy already. Just like how I commute in London, the UK, and Japan. But the fact that I figured that out around our second or third day really made commuting the first couple of days really complicated, really frustrating. Okay, so that's my whole tangent on commuting in Korea.
Lakad-lakad muna kasi mahal ang train. Sakay tayo train.
Sakay tayo tricycle. Tapos,
Sakay
sakay tayo train. Sakay tayo tricycle. Dunkin' Donuts. Pasalubong ng bayan.
We're temple hopping now, and I gotta say that I got a lot of fun footage around Korea. I've been to Korea before, but on a tour bus. I've never really explored outside of a tour group. This was my first time, but even before, my favorite part of being in Korea is just shooting the temples and getting footage of the temples, because they are a sight to behold. It's like going to the Korean dramas, it's like shooting a Korean drama. And I got a lot of fun footage, and mainly that's why I wanted to still edit this video even like 2 years later, because I really didn't want to waste this great temple footage. So we ended up going to one of the smaller temples first, and then just go straight to Gyeongbokgung Palace right afterwards. So Gyeongbokgung is like a lot bigger. So they even have a museum. Yeah, so people dress up in hanboks here. So the cool thing is that you could actually dress up in a hanbok, and you could go into Gyeongbokgung Palace for free. It was fun dressing up like a palace guard, but it was super cold. The boots are very thin, like you could feel the cold ground on your feet.
Ito na po tayo mga igan. Nasa full Korean mode po tayo.
Sino ka?
Ako po yung sa Kingdom. Okay lang daw, basta dito daw. Pwede palang mag-rent ng costume dito ng libre. Pero shit, sobrang ginaw niya. Gusto ko na ibalik.
So afterwards, we went to a pretty well-known market. That's where we had our dinner. We had some fish cake, some shucks. I don't remember my Korean food. Anyway, like after dinner, we just walked around, kept getting lost. We had to buy those things from the convenience store, the like packs that you squeeze and keep warm.
Ito na nga po mga igan. Kami ay naliligaw na po ata ulit. Kami ng aking minamahal na asawa. Naliligaw kahit na may Google Maps. Korea vlog.
Welcome to
Ang hirap po ng commute sa Korea, ang complicated na system. Friends, nandito na tayo sa Everland.
Enchanted Kingdom!
Nagawa na natin, ang hirap ng biyahe papunta dito.
Okay, so day 3 in Korea was when we were gonna go to Everland, and this was like the crowning moment when I learned how to beat the Korean public transport system, because we knew that Everland was going to be really, really far from our hotel in Seoul. And this is the day that I found out about that Korean public transport app. And then we got up bright and early, went to Everland. We got there right at lunchtime, had some lunch, and the food is great. I gotta say, the food was pretty great in Everland, and it was not tourist trap price. It was, I'd say, fairly priced for what we got. But Everland was fun. I guess, like, honestly, it's kind of Enchanted Kingdom, that in a sense that, it's no Disneyland or no Universal Studio, because you go there, it's like, ooh, Marvel, Spider-Man, Evangelion, Minions. You go to Everland's like, for the children, yes, this is a polar bear house. Yeah, this is fun. But I guess there were like 2 standout things that we did in Everland. Number one, yeah, the Snow Buster. So it's this ride where you slide down a hill of snow. You're just on this inner tube and you're just going down the hill full speed. I don't have any footage of us going down the hill because they didn't allow it, but I got footage of us at the top. Like, Katrine was like really pumped up about getting on the snow.
잠시만 대기하세요. 그러면은 바닥에 있는 검정색 컨베이어 위에만 놔주시고요. 손잡이는 양손에 잡을 수 있도록 썰면 내려.
And I got on the T Express. So what I understand about it is it's like one of the biggest roller coasters. I'm not 100% sure of that, but it's made of wood. It has some of the steepest drops that I've ever experienced in a roller coaster. So that was insane. But what was funny was, so I thought I'd already convinced Katrine to like, hey, let's get on the T Express, and she fell in line with me. We were in the line for a while, or like she was with me for like a good 20 minutes. And when we were already close, she said, I can't do this. So I ended up getting on the T Express by myself. And it was fun. And when I got off, I was like, my heart dropped because it was so intense. And I told Katrine, yeah, I guess it was a good thing that you didn't go through with it, because you might have fainted if you went through with it.
Hirap makatakas from work. Love you. Enjoy ka naman sa Everland. struggle is real.
So day 4 was pretty chill. All we had planned really was the Seoul Tower. And in Seoul Tower, we wanted to do these love lock things, that where you put your name on one of the padlocks, and it's supposed to be general good luck for your relationship. I got a lot of really cool footage of how many people put their names and padlock on the wall. It was cool, and we got ours there too. After that, we had lunch at supposedly the best burger in Seoul.
Itong stay natin sa Korea has just been about finding the best burger sa Korea.
It was an okay burger, but I gotta tell you, I think the best burger in Seoul was McDonald's. Yeah, so after Seoul Tower, we just ended up, exploring the rest of Seoul. Like there were like different parks near Seoul Tower. Just made our way back to Myeongdong, and then just had dinner. Had some samgyeopsal. That was like that was our scheduled stop to have samgyeopsal for dinner. Yeah, we really planned it to have samgyeopsal at the 4th day of Korea.
Salamat. Nakapag-samgyup, salamat. Tagal.
Okay, so day 4 was another pretty intense day because the plan there was we were going to join a tour group and go to Petit France, Nami Island, and the Garden of Morning Calm. But yeah, Petty France is fun. It's like it's very artistic. It's like a really beautiful place to take pictures. Especially if you're like a fan of The Little Prince. Like, oh, so many references. But I will say, that the food there is tourist trap price. It's very expensive for like really basic food. So then we ended up taking a ferry to our next stop, which was Nami Island. So this was pretty funny too, because before we got off the bus, our tour guide told us, okay, so you guys have 2 options for food. You guys can eat before you get on the ferry, eat in the restaurants here at the bus stop, and I advise you to do that because the food on Nami Island is a lot more expensive. Just make sure that when you get on the island that you are back on the boat on this time, because this is the time that we're leaving. But he was not clear on what he was gonna do, where he was gonna eat. And Katrina and I, when we got off the bus, we kind of panicked that, wait, is he getting on the boat? I think he's getting on the boat. So like we ran to the boat, even though we originally planned to eat the cheaper food. And then we ended up, oh no, we're going to Nami Island. We haven't eaten lunch yet. And we ended up eating lunch on the island, which was like tourist trap price. It was so expensive for like spaghetti. So yeah, Nami Island was like very great. Like I've been to Nami Island before, but like the first time I went there it was like at night. It was like full of snow, so it was not that great of an experience during my first time. This second time we went here is like perfect time because it was the afternoon. It was almost like golden hour time, like the sun was like on its way down. But yeah, Katrine had a really great time. She was like really happy to see snow and to like dance around in snow, because yeah, that was like the thing she was looking forward to the most in our honeymoon, like the chance to see snow. And then we made it to our last stop with the tour group, which was the Garden of Morning Calm. And yeah, so it's this garden, it's this pretty big garden that has like a lot of light features, like it does a bunch of light shows. I just really want to call it a glow in the dark garden. I think like if you're gonna visit this place, you're gonna go to Korea and visit this place, make sure that you go to this place at night, because I can only imagine this place does not look as great if you visit it in the daytime. Yeah, so day 5 was, I guess, like the most chill of all days. Like day 4 was exhausting because so we went to 3 different stops. So really, we just wanted to see Gangnam. Actually, we didn't want to see Gangnam, the place. We wanted to see that Gangnam style statue in Gangnam. So we were like asking around, hey, is there really this statue? Where can we see this statue? And we were so pumped up when we found it. We just danced Gangnam style right in front of it. Some of the people walking were staring at us, but yeah, it was fun. But basically, we're just rounding out our trip. Like we chilled through the whole day. We just went to Gangnam in the afternoon. We walked around the mall. And then just had dinner there, and then the next day we were on our way home, so we just had our last Korean meal, and that was our whole trip. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. It's really my first time making something like this, and I really had to figure out how I wanted to put it together in a way that's still entertaining, fun to watch, and like, you know, something that I can put on YouTube. But if you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe so I can put out more content. Make sure to follow me on social media and on Twitch. This is Miko Mig. I will see you in the next video.